Let me tell you something most people don't understand about homelessness in 2025. It's not the person you see sleeping outside. It's the person that's ringing you up at Target who's about to sleep in her car after her shift. It's not because she doesn't work. It's because the approval system she has to go through were never designed for working people. Here's the part nobody tells you about. Housing approvals don't care that you have a job. They care whether your job, your income, your deposits, and your credit profile and your payroll history all tell the same exact story. And most working people don't know that story even exists.
Welcome to the Common Sense Philosophy channel. Today's title of the video is New Face of the Homeless. New Face of the Homeless. Okay, looking at a lot of clips and looking at the news on this situation, this is getting crazy because when you think of homeless people, some people like to go into, well, they might be on substances like drugs, alcoholic. Their life is not organized, and that's why they're homeless. A lot of time, that's the energy that people will come with as soon as they say a person is homeless. But no longer is that true. We're at a point now that you have people working 1, 2, 3 jobs, 2 jobs, full-time jobs, and a part-time. And they're still living in their car. They're still couch surfing. Some people own houses, but they live in their car and they're renting their house out because they can't afford the mortgage. So they need the people to live there to help out with the mortgage, and they pay the rest. They say there's $5,000 a month for their mortgage. They'll rent it out for like $2,500, and then they'll put the other $2,500 in because maybe their money is funny, and they're living in a car. They're homeless, and they're homeowners. I want you to understand what I just said. They're homeowners, but they're homeless. They have a job, but they're homeless. And it puts them in a compromising position. And that's what's going on in the world. You have, especially the young people coming out of college, they have all these student loans. So they're stuck in their situation. Or you have the kids that just went and got a job and they're working their job. They go get 2 jobs and they're hoping that things will work out, but they can't afford the rent because they're asking for $2,000 to $3,000 a month on rent. So if you really think about it, it's kind of hard for them to pay it, because even if you get a job for paying you $16 an hour, right? You know, after taxes, that's going to be down to $8, maybe $9 an hour. So immediately the amount you thought you were going to be making for the year is not always what you're exactly going to get. When you start doing proper accounting, you have utilities, if you have a car, you have to pay gas, you may have to have insurance. If you have a car payment, some people have car payments $400, $500, $800, plus they got to pay insurance. So you can get over $1,000 in a car payment quickly. So there's a whole new face of homeless people out there. So you got to be real conscious when you speak on them when you're out. But thanks for coming. Check out the channel, Common Sense Philosophy. New Face of Homeless is the name of this. And keep checking out the clips, and we'll come back and talk to you later. All right. Yep.
Let me tell you something most people don't understand about homelessness in 2025. It's not the person you see sleeping outside. It's the person that's ringing you up at Target who's about to sleep in her car after her shift. It's not because she doesn't work. It's because the approval system she has to go through were never designed for working people. Here's the part nobody tells you about. Housing approvals don't care that you have a job. They care whether your job, your income, your deposits, and your credit profile and your payroll history all tell the same exact story. And most working people don't know that story even exists. The system scans your documents for inconsistencies the same way fraud detection software scan a bank's transaction. Even if one data point doesn't match your hourly rate, your pay cycle, your year-to-date, your deposit amounts, your utilization, or your employment history, your file's getting kicked before a human even looks at it. That is how a working person becomes homeless, not because they failed, not because they were lazy, because the system flags them off of housing.
Grand Rising, y'all. I'm sick and I've had to move spots twice. It's 8:57. I am so tired. Okay, I got off of work last night around 11. Got on the road to my next job, which is an hour and a half away. got here around 1 o'clock in the morning, went to sleep. Like I said, it's 8:57. And I have to wake up to go back to work. I guess I chose a bad area to go to sleep at last night because everybody has been playing music around me, loud music, revving their engines, all kinds of stuff. It's been very active. I'm very tired. I'm probably going to try to go back to sleep. But I also got some curtains today, y'all. Well, yesterday, and I'm going to size them to fit.
Hey, love. Clearly, you're new here. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. But if you actually took the time to explore my page a little bit, you'd see that I'm actually working. Not one, but 2 jobs. Yeah. But, you have a wonderful day.
I live in my car and I have 2 jobs. I live in my car and I have 2 jobs. I don't know how many times I have to tell you. I live in my car and I have 2 jobs.
See your day-to-day out here in Atlantic City.
My day-to-day in Atlantic City, I mean, just trying to get money, basically. Get money, that's about it.
I know I'm not supposed to ask a woman her age, but how old are you?
I'm 29.
29? Okay, we're around the same age. When's your birthday?
November
November what?
19.
So you're a Scorpio.
Let's go up there.
Scorpio gang. I'm a Scorpio too.
What's your birthday?
November 7th.
Okay.
Yeah. How is life treating you right now, Ava?
I mean, it could be better, but I mean, take it for what it is. Whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah. Are you battling any fights, man, mentally?
I mean, we all are, but you know, I mean, take it one day at a time.
Misconception about the shelter is that just because you go to a shelter, you're gonna get an apartment and you're gonna get your voucher and you're gonna get an apartment right away. False. Just because you have a voucher doesn't mean you're gonna get an apartment right away. 1, it may be easy for you to find and search and go to apartments, like see them, but when you apply to apartments, when you submit all the documents and everything that the realtor or company has asked from you, when you submit all those documents, a lot of people ghost people with vouchers. They wouldn't even tell you, hey, sorry, we chose to go with another applicant, or we're not moving forward with your application. They literally ghost the fuck out of you. Because once they tell you that, that's discrimination because I got a voucher. That's why they just ghost you, bitch. Okay, what's another one? Oh, my biggest one is that people think that everybody's in the shelter that don't work and is leeching off the system. And my whole thing is, I think that a lot of government assistance is a trap because you have to limit your income. You have to limit your work hours to qualify for this and this program. And that's the trap. There, you're limiting your funds to qualify for these benefits. When in reality, you could just make the more money and you won't need none of these services. It's all in our head. It's already been programmed in us to think this way. That's why a lot of people live this way. And it's hard when that's all you know. Our parents, had a lot of government assistance raising us. So that's why we think we also need to do the same. But if you see your parents and they're not living the life you want to live, then why do you continue to do the same things?